Hey everyone, my name's Alex and welcome back to my channel. So if you've been following my videos, you've heard me on probably more than one occasion talk about how if you can't make it through the first 2 years of a heeler puppy, you probably shouldn't get one. So my wonderful little Gypsy has decided to test me recently. She will be 2 October 1st. And she has decided to stop listening to me when I tell her to sit or when I tell her to come. And she's starting to pull again. And this has been going on just like the past maybe month and a half. And it's either she's testing me, like heeler puppies can do because they want to see what they can get away with, or she's taking advantage of the fact that our seniors need more care right now. And, you know, I'm not giving her the training as often as I should, probably, maybe. But I know she's almost 2, but it's just a weird thing that she started doing. So my point is with a heeler puppy is, there's nothing wrong with going back to basics. So if your heeler is being stubborn, as they can be, you can always retrain the command or the trick or whatever you're trying to teach them. There's nothing wrong with going back to it. I see people saying, well, they know sit, so why do I have to teach it again? And it's not that they don't know it anymore. It's just, they could just be like, let's see if I can get away with it. You just have to figure out why they're not listening. Either, you know, they've lost some trust with you, or they've lost respect, or they're testing you, or they're just being stubborn. Like, that could just be plain as that. You always have to be smarter than your heeler puppy. You always have to be smarter than your heeler, period, because they will try to outsmart you and manipulate you. But there's nothing wrong with going back to basics and starting over, or just redoing the training again, just to reiterate that you mean what you say when you're telling them to sit or not pull or any of the above. So I've been working with her this whole month, and she's getting back to, okay, mom, I won't pull on the leash, you know, like you could just see in her head, like, man, I tried, you know, type things. I'm redoing a lot of training with her because I don't know if the stress of our household or what's going on. I'm not sure if she is testing me. I'm not sure what it is, because after a couple sessions, she is re-listening again. So with all our issues with our senior dogs and just the way the world ended up going recently, you know, I never got to take the girls into agility classes like I wanted to, and you know, there's things I, you know, probably still want to teach them, and I still think I can. I don't think it's ever too late to teach a dog a new command or a new trick or anything like that. But one of the things I realized the other day was I was saying leave it, and all of my 3 older dogs know leave it. They know that command. They were all trained leave it, so they know what that means. But it occurred to me that we never officially showed the girls leave it. We never actually did the official training session of leave it. So I'm wondering how much they just picked up from learning from the pack, or if they actually know it. So I figured today I would show you guys how we teach our puppies leave it. Now remember, I'm not a professional dog trainer. I'm just a professional pet parent, but I did learn how to do this from a dog trainer. So what you're gonna do is make sure you've got some sort of big treat. Usually I use something more tastier than this, something more enticing, but I got what I got for right now. So what you're gonna do is you can do this with your foot or with your hand. I was taught to stand and put my foot over the treat when they try to get it and say leave it. And if they keep nudging at it or whatever, you keep your hand or foot on it and don't let go. And then once they calm down and sit down or lay down, then you reward them because they left it. And it's pretty much just that. And if they do decide to try to lunge at it while it's on the ground, you quickly cover it back up like no, leave it. Now here will be the ultimate test. So we're gonna place it down, leave it. See how she's starting to, yeah. She calms down and she just lays down. And now she's not focused on it. So I'm not gonna reward her or do anything yet until she stops focusing so much on it. Good girl. No, leave it. Leave it. She's like, why, mama? Say, why? Good girl, good girl. I will reward her for that because she didn't go after it right away. And you can reward her with just praise. I mean, you don't have to give them cookies each time, but here, you want a nice stinky one? Good girl. Leave it. Nice. Good girl. Yes, you did very good. You did very good. Yes. Good girl. So the main thing when you're teaching your dog leave it is you have to have patience, because and she's doing really well, because usually if you got your hand or your foot over the big ultimate cookie, like, they will usually try to go as much as possible to get that cookie, and it takes them a while to get to this state. But she's calm. She's laying there. Oh, you got goopy eye. Yeah, let me get, ugh, so gross. But she's doing actually really well. So when you get them to the state where they're actually like leaving it, and I'm gonna probably work with her more on it just to make sure she's not just pleasing me for the sake that we're recording today. But if they keep leaving it, you can eventually tell them, take it. Take it. Good girl. Because it's kind of giving them like the ultimate reward, so to speak, if that makes sense. What's that smell like? You hear Lucian crying outside? He's like, I want to play the leave it game. All right, so I'm going to put this in front of you, but you got to leave it. Leave it. All it takes is just patience and outwaiting the dog. That's usually with most training techniques. And Lucian is making this really hard because he's crying outside and I want to give him cookies. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. I will reward that. Yes. Good girl. I actually can't believe how calm these two are. I remember when I was teaching this to our older three and it took way longer. I don't feel like she's very focused on this though and getting what I'm saying. Clea, come here. Quit hunting for cookies. And then you also can remove your hand and say leave it as well. I think you're too focused on your brother crying outside, but that's okay. Leave it. You want me to break it up for you like I usually do? Is that better? You are such a funny little girl. Well, hello, guys. Hello. Hello. Were we doing training without you? Say, even the old blind one is upstairs. Hi, Silver. Say, I used to be great at leave it, but now my nose senses are so strong, I just take the cookies. You want the cookie? She's like, well, yeah, I heard training was going on in here. I need cookies, Mama. There you go, baby. You have earned to not ever have to do a trick again. I can't talk. Look at you too. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bop your nose. Look at this old girl. Yeah, I know, you give Paul very well, don't you? Yes, you do. Can you go down? Yeah. Hey, thief! You're being a thief! Anyway, hopefully you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Yes, you sit like such a good girl. There you go. You know what training time is, don't you? But yeah, just be consistent and be patient. And, are you gonna do it without me telling you? Oh yeah, you are, yeah. And they'll eventually leave it. I am very confident the girls somewhat know what I'm talking about. More Gypsy than Clea, but we will get there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember to click all the buttons, and we'll see you next time. Speak. Old woman speak. Yeah, old woman speak. Good girl. You such a good girl. Yeah, you guys don't know speak yet, do ya? You just know give me cookies. Yeah, good girl, good girl.